The FBI and the Department of Justice are now panicking because they published 30,000 new Epstein file documents, but misredacting Donald Trump's name. One of the files is a postcard from Jeffrey Epstein to a man named Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar was an Olympic doctor who was sentenced to 175 years in jail after 160 girls who had been on the Olympic team testified against him raping and sexually assaulting them. Jeffrey Epstein sent Larry Nassar a postcard on August 13, 2019, when Donald Trump was our current president, that reads, "Dear LN, we shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies at the hope they'd reach their full potential. Our president shares our love for young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system, meaning he's mad he's in jail for liking young girls." Mind you, the part that sticks out about this is Jeffrey Epstein saying that our president likes to grab snatch, because Donald Trump himself told us where he likes to grab young women.
Grab him by the pussy. I can do anything.
Now, if you look at the bottom right here, you can see that this document has a code. The number in this document was EFTA 0003608. But overnight, this went mega viral, so the Department of Justice removed this file from the website and resequenced it to another number. And if you notice, they separated the front of the postcard from the text. They did that to confuse people, because if you read the card without the context of the year, there's no way to verify which president he was referring to. But when they are together on the same page, there's only one president we had in 2019. But the next document is the bombshell, which specifically names Donald Trump as a rapist. Victim asked limousine driver about his time driving a limousine for 2 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. During the time, the driver said that he met Donald Trump. The driver reported some of the things President Trump had spoken about during the ride while on his cell phone were very concerning. Trump continuously stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone and made references to abusing some girl. As the driver talked about his time meeting Donald Trump, the girl immediately changed her demeanor and became stone cold and stated, "He raped me." Donald J. Trump had raped her along with Jeffrey Epstein. The victim noted, "Some girl with a funny name, could it have been Ghislaine Maxwell, took me into a fancy hotel or building, and that's how it happened." The driver advised the victim to call the police regarding the incident, as the girl said, "I can't, they will kill me." And here's the worst part. On Christmas Day, the girl contacted the driver and finally told him that she talked to the police. The driver then told her that she had done good, but then didn't hear from her until January 10th of 2000, when the police found the victim with her head blown off in Oklahoma, and the officers ruled it a suicide. And we know the Department of Justice is panicking because they just put out a statement saying some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false. If they had a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump already. And we know this is a crock of bullshit because out of all the people that are named and listed in that Epstein file, there's only one person the Department of Justice seems to want to protect.
Trump's name is all over these files. All over it. I mean, thousands and thousands of times. If you spend any real time with these files, you will see references to 17-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls, 14-year-old girls, 11-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls, and I saw a reference today to a 9-year-old girl. So it's a really gruesome and grim story. And I think in order to see our way through this and to try to make progress on criminal investigation and prosecution and some kind of social redemption from this whole nightmare, we need to listen to the survivors.
This is going to be a comprehensive overview of everything that's been dropped in the files thus far, so prepare yourself for some pretty graphic details. The ritualistic abuse and sacrifice of young children. We have Prince Andrew torturing and raping women to death. We have Jeffrey Epstein saying how Jews use and manipulate academic institutions and large markets to take money from the Goyim while the Goyim are left to slave away in the real world. We have Trump being allegedly in the files, forcing himself on young underage women. We have Bush with his ritualistic sacrifice, cutting people's feet and sacrificing them to some demonic god. We have Jeffrey Epstein's bank account being named Baal, the ritual god of human sacrifice. We have elites on both sides participating in cannibalism, ripping out children's organs and eating them after filling them with feces. Countless references to Pizzagate in very graphic messages talking about pizza, how it tastes, how to eat it, all these kind of things that it's obviously not about pizza. We have the creation of 4chan and Reddit to promote and push out psyops, the admittance to what happened in Libya. We have trash talk on Zelensky saying that he's a cokehead and he's completely run entirely by Israel. Elon Musk, who wanted to get on the island but couldn't get on the island, so they just didn't let him on. Epstein being blocked from Xbox. We have Bill Gates getting an STD from a Russian prostitute and then giving it to his wife, needing Epstein to help him out. We have Bush and Clinton both raping people who are boys and girls, presumably many more, but many names are redacted. You have the systematic raping of girls, forcing them into pregnancy, making them go to full term, and then sacrificing their children. Mentions of adrenochrome. This is after only being out for a day or two. I'm going to keep digging into these files probably over the next week or so. So follow if you want to stay updated. I will continue to put out everything that I find, reporting on the truth, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, I will bring it to you. And then after I dig through all the files, I will do my best to come up with.
I met him before I was Attorney General. I think I actually met him in college, but I didn't know him well then at all.
Go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, would you look at that? Just look.
No credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
This curry-eating motherfucker lie under oath. He's the head of FBI. Our government been lying and protecting pedophiles. So either they are pedophile or they're pedophile protectors. These people need to be held accountable. These people need to be burnt down publicly. This is the only way.
Jeffrey Epstein did not invent a dark new crime. He stepped into a very old role. Enslaved black girls, little black girls, were openly sold as what traders called fancy girls. That was not some backroom slang. It was a market category. A regular enslaved woman in her prime, valued for labor, might sell for $1,200 to $1,600 by the 1850s. A fancy girl could sell for 2, 3, even 4 times that. Some documented sales reached $6,000 or $7,000. That was the price of a house in those days. The law made it possible. Enslaved girls could not refuse. White men faced no consequences. Courts enforced the contracts. Banks financed the purchases. The entire system treated sexual exploitation as a luxury good for wealthy men. That's how Epstein made his money, too. After slavery ended, officially, the paperwork changed. The pattern did not. Ownership became arrangements. Coercion became opportunity. Silence became discretion. Fast forward to the late 20th century. Jeffrey Epstein did not create a network of powerful abusers. He just built additional infrastructure. He sourced vulnerable girls. He moved them. He insulated the men who wanted access to them. He functioned like a broker on an old market that never fully disappeared. Everyone knows just enough. No one important asks questions. Institutions protect reputations, not children. Epstein was a modern version of a system that has always existed wherever wealth, gender, age, and impunity collide. Anytime powerful men expect access without consequences, someone will always be there to build the supply chain. Epstein already had the interest. He already had access to rich men. He had a creepy charm about him that those rich men recognized. That it's just part of the system of America. It's American history. And it continues down that same dark path. And it's time for people to start talking about it. Get curious.
Guys asked for it, so here's part 2 of every single billionaire mentioned in the latest batch of the Epstein Files. First up is Bob Kraft, who owns the Patriots, and new records show when he was arrested in 2019 for soliciting prostitution, Epstein coordinated his legal defense and coached him on how to deal with the PR fallout. Next up, we have Les Wexner, who founded Victoria's Secret and Abercrombie & Fitch, and we've known they were buds for a long time. Epstein was even his money manager, but in the new documents, Epstein hints at many shared secrets between the two of them, including saying you and I had gang stuff for over 15 years. Next up, the highly requested Leon Black, who actually lost his finance job a few years ago because of his friendship with Epstein, and there are a bunch of disturbing new allegations against him, including that he forced a young woman to perform oral sex on him while giving him a massage, and that he SA'd another victim multiple times and threatened to ruin her life if she told the police. Then we have Gordon Getty of the Getty family, and the latest documents show he was way closer to Epstein than anyone knew, even calling Epstein energetic, bright, and personable. And when Getty found out Epstein was accused of relations with minors, he replied, well, we all have similar kinds of problems. Next up is Sergey Brin, who co-founded Google, and we've known for a while he went to Epstein Island because one of Epstein's victims said she met him there. The new records show he corresponded with Ghislaine Maxwell a lot to set up dinners at Epstein's New York house, and sent her an ad for a 1950s aircraft carrier for sale, saying thought you and Jeffrey might find it amusing. Finally, we have Mort Zuckerman, the editor-in-chief of U.S. News and World Report, and new contracts show he made a $21 million payment to one of Epstein's companies, and Epstein set him up with a woman asking if a 32-year-old Italian architect was too young, smart, and beautiful, and if he'd prefer more standard fare, to which Zuckerman said, sign me up ASAP. You guys, we still have so many more billionaires to go through. It's actually insane how many billionaire friends Epstein had. I have to make a part.
I was trafficked to a lot of types of different men. I was trafficked to other billionaires. I was trafficked to politicians, professors, even royalty. He used me as a form of blackmail. So, you know, these people would owe him favors. And I'd say, why is so-and-so coming? And he goes, because he owes me favor. It was the elite of the world. It was the people who run the world. It was the most powerful people in the world. And those are our leaders. Those are the people that we are supposed to look up to. It's corrupt. It's corrupt to the core. In New York, in his New York mansion, I don't even think he meant to bring me into this room, but we were going out of his house. We were walking out, and right before you walk out to the front door, there's this door that I never even really noticed was there. And it led to this room where he brought in, and he was talking to some of the security guards. I didn't know there's security guards in there. And there's like so many little TV monitors everywhere. I mean, just stacks and stacks and stacks of them. And I saw my room, and I saw my toilet, and where my shower was, and I saw the massage room, and I was so utterly mortified. I was like, this guy's watching me go to the toilet. He's watching everything that happens in the massage room. He's watching in me in my bedroom. He's, you know, like everything's being recorded. And that's when I realized that's how he's getting away with blackmailing everybody. Biggest reason in my mind was because he wanted to always have something on someone just in case he needed it. But it's important that the media and the government work hand in hand to try to uncover who was involved to the highest level of people in our government and even in international governments.